Let us discuss ancient Egypt and the Valley of Kings. For today's training session notes, our objective is to understand the history and significance of ancient Egyptian civilization, focusing on the Valley of the Kings and its contribution to archaeology and our understanding of ancient Egypt as a whole. Let's go ahead and get into it. With an introduction to ancient Egypt, our location is going to be in Northeast Africa, centered along the lower reaches of the Nile River. The historical importance of this area is that it is one of the earliest and most influential civilizations, known for its advancements in writing, architecture, and governments. Some key periods is that it's divided into the Old Kingdom, the Middle Kingdom, and the New Kingdom. The Nile River is the river that's going to be brought up in any discussion of Egypt due to the fact that the civilization would not exist without it. It provided essential resources for agriculture, transportation, and trade, supporting the growth of the civilization as a whole. With its annual flooding, it deposited nutrient rich silt onto the land, enabling productive farming. Some key facts is that irrigation was basically what was used to manage and distribute the water and make it so that things could actually be grown, and a lot of advancements were happened in this area in Egypt. For transportation, the Nile served as a major transportation route, facilitating trade and communication. The city of Thebes, its location is that it was situated along the Nile River in modern day Luxor. Its historical significance is that it was a major religious and political center during the New Kingdom. Some notable sites include the temples of Karnak and the Luxor Temple. Some key facts about those: the Karnak Temple was one of the largest religious buildings ever constructed, dedicated to the god Amun. The Luxor Temple was built primarily by Amenhotep III and Ramesses II, and it served as the center for the festival of Opet. The Valley of Kings was situated on the west bank of the Nile River near Thebes. Its historical significance is that it served as the burial site for almost all of the pharaohs of the New Kingdom from 1539 to 1075 BC. Some notable tombs include the tombs of Tutankhamun, Ramses II, and Seti I. Some key facts is that with tomb architecture, the tombs were cut into the rock and decorated with elaborate paintings and hieroglyphs. And some archaeological importance is that the Valley of Kings has provided significant insights into ancient Egyptian burial practices and beliefs about the afterlife. The tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered by Howard Carter in 1922. It was one of the most intact tombs ever found. It contained a wealth of artifacts, including the famous golden mask of Tutankhamun, which have provided a wealth of information about Egyptian art and culture. Howard Carter was the British archaeologist who discovered the tomb and is a name to remember. And a golden mask would be a funeral mask made of gold, inlaid with precious stones, symbolizing the wealth and artistry of ancient Egypt, which this certainly represents. So, other notable sites in Egypt: Abu Simbel were temples built by Ramses II, relocated to prevent flooding from the Aswan High Dam. The Giza Plateau was the site of the Great Pyramids and the Sphinx, dating back to the Old Kingdom. Saqqara was the home of the Step Pyramid of Dosir, one of the earliest pyramids. Abu Simbel consists of two temples carved out of a mountainside, known for colossal statues. The Great Pyramids were built as tombs for pharaohs Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, and the Step Pyramids were designed by the architect Amenhotep. It marks an important step in the development of pyramid construction. Our question to wrap up our brief review of ancient Egypt: a long, narrow stretch of land that was part of ancient Thebes has so far yielded 62 tombs, including those of almost all the pharaohs from 1539 to 1075 BC. What is this area in Egypt called? It's the Valley of Kings, Abu Simbel, Luxor, or Giza. The correct answer is going to be the Valley of Kings. It's located near Thebes, or modern day Luxor, and served as the burial site for many pharaohs of the New Kingdom. We have our incorrect answers here if you want to dive a little bit deeper into them. That's going to wrap up our discussion of ancient Egypt. Thanks for listening, and have a good one.